So hey guys, thanks for tuning in. So yeah, I got some good news. I've been given the opportunity to go shoot monster trucks. It's the WGAS Schwab Monster Truck Show that is coming to Santa Rosa, California for 2 nights, Friday and Saturday. And I get to go be the photographer and have all access both nights. So that's pretty exciting. It's never shot monster trucks before. Been to the shows, but I've shot many events and some other things, but never monster trucks. So I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a little bit of a challenge. It's going to be a learning experience. And it's a matter of what gear should I take? Logical choice, of course, is the D850. But I might go with the D700s. Let's find out. This, folks, is music to my ears. So I got here a couple hours early. Wanted to check in and get my credentials, but I also kind of scouting out the area to see where the best place will be to get pictures of the trucks doing what they do, smashing the cars and things like that. All right, so here I am in the pit area of the Schwab Monster Truck Spring National, Sonoma County, California, Santa Rosa Fairgrounds. I'm gonna poke around. It'll be a little while before the show gets going, but we're gonna check things out. Today I elected to bring not just one D700 but two D700s. One's gonna have the 24 to 70 on it, the other's gonna have the 70 to 200, and we're gonna go ahead and capture the action with that and see what we get. Let's take a quick look around the pits. Just beast. See that? I'm 6'3". Look where that tire comes. The tire's at least 5 feet tall. I love it. Alright. Behind you can see the trucks. Kind of, I don't know, 10 to 12 of them are today. It's a pretty good turnout, so it'll be pretty exciting. Alright guys, so I just got back from end of day one of shooting the I think it's the WGAS monster trucks here in my hometown. I got 2 days of shooting there. It was a good day. I want to thank them so much for allowing me to do it. I was the only photographer there today, so it was crazy. It was a long day, but it was good. It was a sold out show. Monster trucks were amazing. I got to meet I met a lot of the drivers, a lot of the people associated with it. A lot of the, it was just a great day. So today, what I did is I have two D700s. I mean, I decided to take those. They're my favorite cameras for events. They are my favorite cameras for shooting people in general. They just render the colors and everything so well. Now, I took, I don't know, almost 2,000 images today. Just doing a lot of bursts and a lot of things like that. And towards the end, one of the D700s actually failed. I was concerned, obviously, that the car would crash or something, but that wasn't the case. The shutter kept getting stuck. Now, this camera took about 1,100 images up to that point. It was tired, I guess. I don't know. Seems to work okay now, but if you guys have any ideas on how to fix that, I mean, if I have to send it in somewhere and have it fixed, I will. I love the camera and whatever. But anyway, so one of my D700s failed. I have another day tomorrow, and tomorrow I'm not shooting with two cameras. I'm just going to take my D850. The lighting as the night went on was terrible. Had to bump the ISO. I have the pictures loading up now to see how that came out with the D700. I want something, I had to try to capture the action as much as I could. It was fairly dark. It was great to see with your naked eye. They had lights on, but through the camera wasn't great. And I still think I'll get some good stuff. Anyway, but tomorrow I'm taking the D850. you know, things all pro, and no, the D700s are pro too, but it's a more modern camera. Obviously, it's got you know, I can get more action shots with it, and I think it'll be up to the task for sure. I'm not shooting with 2 cameras. I'm just going to take the D850 to shoot with. I will have a backup camera. I was able to switch lenses because I shot mostly today with the 70-200. And so I was able to put the 70-200 on the other camera and finish out the day with that. It was towards the end, maybe the last hour of the day. Anyway, so I'm taking the D850 tomorrow as the main camera, and I will take my D70-200 as the backup. So that's the plan. I'll show you the images, the best images now from the D700, and I'll get back to you guys tomorrow after I shoot with the D850. Take care. Alrighty guys, here we go. Off to the Sonoma County Fairgrounds, day 2 of shooting the Schwab WGAS monster trucks. Last night was a lot of fun. I busted out my two D700s. Actually, the images, you know, they came out great. I had terrible light, worse light than I expected, and but still, overall, always happy with the D700. Even though one kind of quit on me, it seems like the shutter got stuck or something on one of them. I don't know, but I took 2,200 images yesterday. Absolutely insanity. Today I'm bringing out the D850. I'm going to go single-handed with the cameras. I do have my D70-200 as a backup, and I'm going to try checking out the 85mm, something a little faster to help. I'm getting there early so I can look around the stadium to see where the best place would be to get the best shots with the 85, and so that's what I'm doing, off and running. Well, see you then. All right, guys, so it was a overall pretty successful weekend with the WGAS Les Schwab Monster Truck Show. It was, I got a cold, yay. You know, I got to shoot for 2 days. I was the only photographer there, as I stated. So the first day I took 2 D700s. I actually shot 2,200 images. And then I shot almost 1,800 with the D700, the D850 the next day. I wasn't sure because the lighting got really bad as the night went on. It was a pretty good sized field or arena, and they only had lights at either end. And I was on the sides. And so it was enough light, of course, if you were there just watching the show, but from a photography standpoint, it was not good. With the D700s, I shot mostly with the 70-200, and it was wide open the whole time at 2.8. And so I had a different game plan going into the second day. I thought, okay, I'll take the D850. I think it'll have better low light capability. Now, I know there's a lot of argument with the lower megapixel cameras having possibly better
image quality in low light, and I've heard the science behind that based on pixel size and so on and so forth. However, the Northrops kind of debunked that idea, and if you track them down, you might know who they are. They did a video about that very thing. At any rate, I thought, okay, well, I'll take the 85-1.4. 85, I got there early, and I walked around the arena with the 85, and it was a focal length that was going to work pretty well from where I was. And thought, of course, with the 1.4, I'd have a lot more light, and I'd have more opportunities when it got dark. You know, I don't have to tell you, it's pretty difficult focal length in, you know, a 1.4 when you're trying to get a monster truck with some of the background. So it's kind of a weird deal. So I actually ended up stopping down. I used the 85 for most of the shoot, and it worked well. And I ended up, turns out, shooting with the D850 at about 3200 ISO, and with the 85 at about 1/400th of a second. And I actually stopped it down to 3.5 for the majority of the show. That's where I was. And the day before, I was shooting at 2.8. 1/320th was about as fast as I could go, and I had to bump the ISO to 2500. I didn't want to go any higher than that. I'm kind of afraid of ISO. You know, I was trying to produce the best quality images for this corporation, so I was a little worried about that. Consequently, and I did an earlier video about the D700. It's one of my all-time favorite cameras, and I talked about this thing that I did, the D850, whatever, so the images were similar. And for all intents and purposes, when you're looking at them, especially social media, you really can't tell a whole lot of difference. But I found something interesting about the D850's images. I was able to shoot a little faster, bump the ISO, and actually the images are better. I have two monitors, and one of them was calibrated for printing a long time ago. It needs to be recalibrated. One of them is just a regular monitor. It's the normal way of doing it. I have it kind of bright. It's the way I like it. Now, the D700 pictures, the low light ones, look really good on the normal monitor. And you can see a lot of grain in the calibrated monitor. But the pictures from at higher ISO, the pictures from the D850 still look really good on the calibrated monitor, and even better on the regular monitor. And it's kind of the same. I have two monitors in my office, and neither one's calibrated. One's older, one's newer, and it's the same way. Pictures on the left screen aren't nearly as nice looking as the others, and kind of gets you thinking about monitors and sending pictures to people. If their monitors suck, your great pictures on your monitor may not look so good on their monitor. The pictures came out overall good enough for everybody, but it was interesting because obviously 45 megapixels should have an advantage in all of that, in my opinion. And I think I'm leaning, it really kind of does. It's my own personal satisfaction. Anyway, I'm getting on a whole other tangent besides the show. Show came out great. The 85 on the D850 worked well. The D700 was fantastic. There was 4 different things I was doing. One, I was shooting monster trucks and knowing what they were doing. They have a pit party where they put the trucks in kind of a horseshoe shape and they let people in and they get to go meet the drivers and get autographs, pictures, and things like that. So I took that. And then they have quad racing, and then they have what's called Tuff Trucks, which are smaller trucks, get around and race around the track and jump, and they're fun too. Great people, just a whole group of people was great. The D700, of course, is fantastic for all the people pictures. I just love the way it renders people. So for events, portraits, weddings, and things like that, it's great. So overall, I did really, really well. It's just questionable with the dark stuff. So that's it. I was really happy I got to shoot. I was really fortunate. I took a ton of pictures. I whittled them down from about 4,000 images. 109 gigs, folks. Wow. I got film in a week. I whittled them down to about 400 per day, about 100 per category. Right around there. And everything went well. So here's I popped up some D700 pictures already. I'm going to do the second day with the D850. And that's it. I'm out. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. And we'll see you on the next video. Take care, man. Bye.